Welcome, once again, to Synthesizer, DIY, the electronic dojo.
Today, we'll be making up for yesterday. Twitch Guy 2, welcome in. Super Sunday, Synthesizer, Soldering. Somehow I didn't fit in Scientology. I should have put that in there. But then we get like Scientologists, and I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, we had to end the stream yesterday because the internet here took a giant steaming dump, and I mean, it was out of my control. I did everything I could. It's funny, like someone posted, to contact your ISP, and I'm like, yeah, that's a big fucking waste of time. Because the way that my ISP solves connection issues is by scheduling a person to come out to your house. And if they don't find anything wrong, you have to pay like $80 or something like that. So they penalize you for trying to get it fixed, for more or less. So it's kind of fucking stupid. But you can just wait them out because they'll fix it. And this actually was a kind of different because it was mainly just the upstream was bad. Like downstream was okay. It wasn't great, but it was still totally usable. Like you could watch like 6 HD streams and at once, and it would be fine. So it wasn't that. But the upstream, there was like no bandwidth, and there'd just be these massive packet losses. And so I got fed up with it. And we were early enough in the stream to where I was like, you know what? Let's not fight this thing. I'm just gonna, I was like, let me give it an hour. Maybe it'll fix itself in an hour. So I ran this program I used to kind of check on the network and everything like that. And after an hour, it was the same shit. It would just dip in and out, in and out, in and out. And so I was kind of bummed out, and I like took a little nap, and I came back, and it's almost 6 in the afternoon, and it was still dipping out, and I was like, fuck all this. So I went out to a Christmas party that I wasn't even planning on going to, but I was like, well, I guess I'll go now because I really don't have an excuse not to. And hung out with some people I work with, and it was all right. Flask, praise the great. Wait, which spaceship? I live near one of the Scientology HQs. They are in Clearwater, Florida. I've also had internet weirdness in the past week. Yeah, I don't know. It'll crap out around here, but they usually fix it pretty quick. This one was a really quick fix because I think they just had to power cycle something. I think they got enough self-reporting data that they were like, oh, let's reset network switch 225. Okay, run the test. Oh, that's good. Because when I came home, I didn't stay out too late, and I came home around the time when Mrs. got home too, so I was like warning her because she loves to play Fallout 76, and I was like, I got bad news for you. You're probably going to get kicked from the server over and over because it's not going to be able to confirm you from your send data. But I ran the program when I got home, and I mean, this is 4 hours later from when it was just crap, and it was solid green. Everything was green. There was like little tiny bits of it measures jitter, but I can generate that. I can have that number dip by just sending a bunch of data from other programs. So it'll cause that jitter to kick in. But yeah, it was solid, and she played fine. She didn't have any server kick issues, so yeah, let's knock on wood. It'll stay up. And yesterday though, I got up and I went to check, and it was just dog shit. It was really bad. I was like, what the fuck happened? It was fine last night. Yeah, well, so someone asked me about that, like, why don't you call in? And there's no real method to it. They just want to send a tech out. And I'm not fucking with that. I checked. That was when I got off the stream and everything. I walked out to the box, made sure that it hadn't been disturbed or anything like that, and it still had the dust on it from before, and I was like, no, it's fine. And then I looked at my modem, and the modem actually gives you a bunch of details on your connection, and it was honestly the best I've ever seen it. It was like perfect looking, and I'm like, it's not my modem, it's not my connection from here to the server, it's something on their end. But whatever, I mean, it's fixed, I guess. Velvet Goat Cheese, welcome in. For Juice, welcome in as well. Let's go. Yeah, Flask, I mean, that's really possible too. I have had instances where we had like kind of janky internet, and then at like, they usually do it really late at night. Like, so at like 1 or 2 a.m. or whatever, they'll have an outage. And when you go to the website, you go to the app, it says like scheduled outage. And then Commander Scott, Engineer Scotty from Star Trek, they do that maneuver where they're like, it won't be back till 5 a.m. But it kicks on at like 2:30, it kicks on like an hour later. So you're like, oh, good job, guys. So, I don't know, whatever. Well, they have, Twitch Guy, they have so when you log in, it'll tell you if there's an outage in your area. And, but it's, it's far from infallible. But it won't register like connectivity issues. So if the internet's working or the cable's working or whatever, but it's still dipping out, it won't show up in that screen. It'll just say, oh, you're screwed. I'll be like, oh. It won't do that. It'll just be like, everything's fine. So, I don't know. I'm just glad it's over. And hope it doesn't happen again for a very, very long time. Produce with the 7-stream streak. We can do some repair work. I'm kind of in this like funky mood. None of it's like repairs that are gonna like there's no troubleshooting or anything. So I'm kind of like, I don't even know if I want to fucking do that. Because I could do that off camera. Wyatt, welcome in, by the way. Yeah, you know, I figured it'd be better than a half live stream. That'd actually be funny. You have like a cut right down the middle, and you just play like old video, and then I'm on the other side. Both audios are running though. Ugh. I wonder if I could get it to where I could like predict what I'm gonna say. Oh, I probably could. Pretty good at that. Pretty good. But anyways, it's good to see everybody. I'm glad we're but yes, we need an internet is working party, right? Yeah, I went to this Christmas party thing that's thrown by this guy I work with. He owns like a small production company and labor service, and he owns his gear. In fact, that's the gear that a lot of the gear we work on is from his company. And he threw it at this place, this popular place here in Phoenix. And it's funny, like I go there pretty regularly with a buddy of mine, and so that's where the pinball is. But I don't know. Eventually, it was just I was sipping tequila, you know, but I started getting a headache, and I don't know, maybe I didn't drink it fast enough, kind of headache or what. But I was like, oh man, I wish I had some ibuprofen with me, and I kind of just hung around and I ran into a few people I hadn't seen in a while. I really just wanted to hang out with this one friend of mine, and that was it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be able to make it. I'll be there like a little after 6 or whatever." I was like, "Cool, man. Well, I'm gonna go there and I'll run into you." And so it was good hanging out with him. He's the guy I've really wanted to try to find a project for him and I to do together because he's so fucking funny. And I'm like, you know, for a while I was wanting us to do like kind of like a mukbang thing where we'd go to a restaurant and just like rent out a table for like hours. And I mean, I worked this out, like we'd, you know, definitely compensate the staff and everything. And he was even brought up like, you should ask to do like a meeting. And I'm like, that's right. You can like some of these restaurants, they'll have little private dining areas for meetings. You can rent that out. That helps pay the staff and everything. And then on, you know, depending on how it all worked out, we were definitely gonna tip out big and make sure that, you know, everyone got a tip from, you know, the wait staff to the busing staff and the cooks and everything like that. Just make sure everyone gets covered in that tip, and try to make it a sizable tip to where that, you know, it's going to mean something other than, oh cool, an extra $2, thanks. But once I started planning that, I was like, well, my heart is in the right place, but my wallet is not really there. And I kind of scratched that idea because I was like, we just don't really have that kind of a budget for something like that, because it would cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so then I was like, oh, we could have like a cooking stream. But in order to do that, I have to schedule it around my wife's working deal so that she can be at work while we're doing this, because it kind of hogs up the whole house. And I mean, she can, you know, she can get a drink or, you know, it's it's not entirely the most convenient thing. So I didn't want to like put that in the way. Could deduct it off your taxes. What? The mukbang? You can to a degree. I have the maximum deductions every year from the stream. It's really no problem to meet the deductions because it's basically anything that touches the stream. So if I buy a new tool, merp. If I buy equipment, merp. Parts, merp. Boards, merp. Like anything that does that pretty much just gets thrown into the deduction bucket. I just have to have it all itemized out and everything. Which it usually is. I mean, this year we had I think I had like $2,000 that I really didn't have a good answer for. Or last year, whatever. I didn't have a good answer for. And my accountant was like, oh, well, you know, do you have the receipt? Yeah, I do, but I can't really give you, I mean, it's parts. Parts for what? Parts for stuff. I don't know, man. I mean, it's like I'm always buying this stuff to make stuff. And it's like hundreds and hundreds of things at a time for like a dozen or so projects. So I can't really go like, well, this resistor is for this, but it's also for this and this and this and this capacity. You know, I can't really do that. And he's like, you need to try to figure out a way to. The cost of the meeting, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could. Do you not do the MRP noise as you fill out the tax? What? MERP? Actually, I use QuickBooks. I use QuickBooks I started using it like a few years ago because my accountant was getting annoyed that I'd have like spreadsheets in my own data formats. They were like, dude. Yeah, I mean, TurboTax works for a lot of people depending on how your income is and stuff like that. But I'm self-employed, and so it doesn't work very well if you're self-employed. You really hose yourself. Like my accountant, he's not cheap, but the amount of money he saves me is insane. Absolutely insane. Like, let me think. Like, I think last year's, it was like, I think I had to pay about 12% on my income tax for like all of it. State, federal, social, all that stuff. It was about 12% of my income. Now, part of that is because I filed jointly with my wife, and she takes a chunk out of it, but it's not, you know, it's not like, it's not insane, that discount. It does, you know, it's maybe another, we'll bump it up. So let's say that without hers, it would be like 15%. I have a buddy of mine who is in the exact same job as I am, has a more complicated setup. I mean, he has kids, and he still uses like TurboTax, and I'm like, dude, you're just leaving money on the floor and stomping on it and saying, I don't need you. I was like, you really got to get an accountant. And he's like, well, I can get yours. And I'm like, he's retired. Like, he's trying to dump clients. He keeps kind of low-key threatening us that he's gonna drop us as a client, because he always tells us stories about other people he's dropping as a client. And I'm like, oh, Why are you telling us this? Oh, it's for us. Okay. But, and he pays like, oh my God, he's so far behind. I think he pays like over a third of his income to the fucking tax man. Which I'm like, how do you do that when you have 2 kids? I don't understand how you... But whatever. You know, you can lead a horse to water. Right? You can tell someone, oh, that's not good for you. That's bad. Oh, Shisa. Look at that. Oddball with 100 bits. Let's fucking go. Combo bits, too, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a bunch. As much as you beat a dead horse, you can't lead it to water. Yeah, they're really heavy at that point. I mean, you're just dragging that dead horse around. It's starting to smell pretty gross. And the side that's dragging on, yeah, whatever. You know, as much as I whine about those people and go, oh, they're dumb, I'm like twice as dumb. Like, I don't even put mine in the mail until like the day before. Like, they auto file an extension, but I always get it to them so late and they're so mad at me about it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that right when I start getting all the tax info is the busiest time of the year for me. And all I want to do when I'm not working is like rest and relax. I don't want to sit down and go through hundreds of lines of receipts and itemize, you know, and tick them off or verify them or whatever. I don't want to have to go through hundreds and hundreds of you know, not spreadsheets, but I don't know, just tons of data and all this, or go look up how much I spent on a car, on my car registration and crap like that. Kick it to the water. There you go. Do you even have an IRS anymore? I think all the 3-letter acronyms have been trashed. I don't think they're ever going to get rid of the IRS. How else are they going to take money from the working class? That's their mechanism for it. Not to get too political or anything, but I mean, that's not going away. Here's a funny thing, like as far as audits go, when they go through and like, you know, audit you, and that's a really scary big deal. It's very expensive too, because you got to hire, like, my accountant, he'll go to bat, but he's not going to do it for free. And so it's really expensive, but like the amount and you know, I'm not 100%. I just remember hearing this. I don't have a number for you, but like the amount of people that make like 7 figures or whatever, you know, over or close to $1 million, $500,000, $750,000, those people get audited statistically way less than everybody else because it's cheaper. So if the IRS goes after someone like myself, I'm not going to drag this out through litigation. I don't have fuck you money. And so they'll get their money and they'll be done with it way quicker than if they went after someone who was like a millionaire or whatever, and they do have fuck you money. And then this drags on and they have to pay, their auditor or whatever, all this, and then counter, and then goes to court and all this shit. So they just skip over it and go straight, which is, obviously not very fair. But what is fair? Definitely not life. But what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Bam, 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 bam. And I like, no matter how long you starve them, they never agree to the terms and conditions. I know. I might need an accountant soon. I got me some property now. You what you could do is you could get an accountant. Usually it's going to cost you for like, if you have a job that already takes out deductions and everything like that, and you're basically just managing having extra property and how to best, save your money, it's totally worth an accountant. It'll probably run you $200 to $400, give or take, for an accountant to do your filings for the year. I don't believe in political jokes. I've seen too many get elected. But yeah, anyways.
Hello, Sydney.
Porphyry, welcome in. Yeah, that's the best I could do. It's the best I could think of. Yeah, I ended up going out last night. I was talking about this earlier. I went out last night and went to the Christmas party thing of my work at this this bar venue place, and I had an alright time, but by like 10 o'clock, I was there, I got there at like 6:30-ish or so.
Ice fucking model!
That's weird. It's really small. I didn't shrink that. How the fuck did that happen? I might have to find an alternative to the thing I use for that shit. I don't want the command one, because that's not easy for people who don't know to figure. It's like very gatekeepy. I like the channel point thing. I just gotta do some research, go hunting around. But yeah, I got there at like 6:30 or so, and I really just went to hang out with a friend of mine, and I was gonna blow it off because I was like, well, I'd rather hang out with that person and us be able to hang out and do stuff, but whatever, it is what it is. We hung out and everything, but here's the trade-off. Since I'm streaming today, I'm not going to that modular synth meetup here in Phoenix that I was planning to go to, but I realized last night, I was like, oh wait, I can't be at two places at the same time. Not yet. Not until I complete the tasks that Jeannie gave me. Most of it was to shave his back though, and I gotta work up the energy for that. Work up a lot of energy. Anyways, but it's fine, because I was like, I'd like to actually show up with something, I just don't want to go there. I was gonna go there and, buy some, drink some beers and play some pinball, dump, $20-40 into pinball, and maybe another $20-30 into beers, and then be out. And I was like, that'll be nice. I'll contribute to the business that, Because that's part of it. Whenever they have like these little things at different venues, the success of it is how much extra money did they make that day versus what they would do any other, Sunday or whatever. But yeah, I was like, I can't. I want to stream. I'd rather stream than go and feel awkward and try to talk myself into being friendly. And plus, I was hoping my buddy was gonna go, and he's working, and he's like, well, I might be done at like 6. Do you think it'll still be around that time? I was like, I don't know, man. I've never fucking gone to it. And he knows people there, so I was like, you know what? Let me try to go again when he's available, so we can both go, and or I have a suitcase, and I can go, because my long-term goal is to go there with just a shit ton of and like nothing but NLC stuff, and kind of demo it and show it off, and hopefully, sell some modules and stuff like that, like, actually make a little bit of cheddar, or offer to build stuff for people, like, oh, well, you want this? Oh, but you want a black panel? That's fine. Here's my email, here's my contact info. Reach out to me, and when you're ready, and I'll go ahead and order the stuff. I have to order it from Australia, so it takes about 7 to 10 days to get here, and then I'll build it for you. So it's like a 2-week turnaround or whatever, and go from there. Try to get our next Boston one coming up fast and hard. Show up with a voice and a pocket operator. There you go. Yeah, I just wanted to try to make a little bit of. It's honestly, it's like the future of the channel. I kind of really just enjoy making modules. I don't mind doing repair work, but I don't love it as much as build work. I really love building stuff, even if I've already built it before. It's just like the act of soldering is just fucking zen to me. It puts me in a great mood, and I have a good time, and I think you guys enjoy it as well. And when we do have to troubleshoot, or we do have to fix something, it's my mistakes. Like, oh, why is this only going left? And all right, this diode's backwards. Boom. And I like fixing on that level, but fixing other stuff, I don't know, unless it's obvious, I just don't enjoy it that much. And I'm finding that I'm like, I don't know if I like it that much, like fixing other people's problems. It's okay. It's not even other people's problems. It's like failures, other design failures or things like that. This mixing console, it has just been an albatross around my neck, and I'm like, I'm never taking these repair gigs again. I fucking hate them. I hate fucking working on mixers. They're so big. They're such a pain in the ass to take apart. They're such a pain in the ass to test. Everything's a pain in the ass. I don't like it. I might fix simpler stuff or problems that I can guess what it is from like them just telling me, in a text or over the phone. But, hey, this thing won't come on. I'm like, man, I gotta quit taking those. I have some of that coming up, but I told the person in advance, like, well, okay, if these are the symptoms, it's probably this, but there's a big chance that that's not repairable, because if this fails, then it probably killed this part, and that's like, you might as well just buy a new one. It's like it's like in a car, if they put sugar in the gas tank or whatever, it's not going to be draining the gas tank, and putting fresh gas is going to fix it, because you've got sugar in your engine block. You've got it in the oil. You've got it all over the system, and the fuel, blah, 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 blah. So it's, it's systemic. You're not going to be able to fix it without doing major work, and unless it's modular, like you could replace the engine by just popping it out and popping a new one in. It's just too much work. Porphyry, I've been thinking I might briefly play with the Nole 2 when I finish it, and then sell it off to suck up some dough, unless it's too amazing to dump. See, I'm building one specifically for Jamtown, so I can have like a little bit of like a concentrated NLC thing. I've even been thinking about moving all my NLC into one like bay or 1 or 2 bays of racks, but I don't know. It makes more sense to spread it out. I don't know. I'm farting out my face. Yeah, build work is fun because it's laid out and it's easier than inventing or fixing stuff. Crap, I'm never gonna see my rings again. Well, no, I have it. I honestly just need to replace this chip or flash this chip. I don't know if you had which firmware you had on your old one, so it'd probably be easier for me to swap it out. And then populate this board and I'll send it to you. Your 3 broken mixers. I prefer you go down the journey. Oh, you hadn't flashed it? Oh, cool. Then I'll just. Oh, well, then why did we save it? Oh my God, why did we bother saving it? Because it was all like the pins were jacked up, and I spent like 10 minutes straightening the pins out because I thought it was flashed. I thought it had a firmware on it, and well, that'd be easier then because like I still wasn't 100%. I got those 2 or 3 pins lined up perfectly, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna have to like solder everything down, but those pins, and then like try to wiggle them into place and then tack solder. It was like not going to be pretty. So, well, yeah. I'll just I don't think we'll do it today. Well, we might, but yeah. Then I'll just load this up and I'll send this to you because this one's pretty good. We built this a while back. But I just stopped for, I don't know, whatever reason. And, but it's in pretty good shape. All the caps are flush. The crystal's a little cattywampus. It like, the crystal's slightly, it didn't get on there perfectly. You can't even tell. Where is it? This crystal here is like, it kind of surfboards a little bit, but it's just because that footprint is dumb. I don't like the footprint. It's got the 4 pads footprint, which I think is what, oh shit. Uh-oh. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Oddball with, whoa. With the 10 gifted subs. Mate, thank you so much.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to deadlift. No 3 gifted gifted a tier 1 sub to Jet Dot. Oddball 03 gifted a tier 1 sub to Candy Isn't Sweet.
Thank you so much, mate.
Oddball 03 gifted a tier 1 sub to Kern 1 Panic. Oddball 03 gifted a tier 1 sub to Coded Data. Oddball 03 gifted a tier 1 sub to Repute. Oddball 03 gifted a tier 1 sub to Saddam
God damn it. Thank you so much, Oddball. Fucking internet just ate shit. Over on YouTube Poker Dealer, we're watching on YouTube and Twitch. But the internet is fucking crap. What the fuck, dude? It was fine. Yeah, I've got transmit packet loss again. And the upload speed is fucking perp burp. Alright, looks like it might be fixing itself. Stop this, see if I can get my speed back. Yeah, thanks so much, mate. I'm kind of like, usually when the internet takes a dive like this, it's not for very long, but yesterday it was long and it wouldn't go away. Jot Dot, welcome in.
Brand new!
Greasy Danglor, thank you so much for that follow. Fucking internet, man. Well, Oddball, it's not on my end. I've confirmed that. Because I can go look at my modem and it's just solid across the board. I could try resetting my modem. That's about the only thing I can think of. It'll drop off YouTube. I'll have to restart the YouTube stream. Although it actually looks like YouTube is making its connection is good numbers now. Yeah, because I'm seeing the right numbers on YouTube. Yeah, what's good? Hey, poker dealer here. Well, welcome in. I used to play poker. Used to play it professionally. I think I'm gonna have to try resetting the modem. That's the only thing I can think of. Cause yeah, it's just not climbing back. It needs to be at 4,000 and it's just living at 2,000. Yeah, let me do that.